My client just sold out her masterclass. Yes, 100 people in her masterclass, her paid masterclass for $50. That's with $5,000 cash injection for her business. That doesn't even count the sales that she's going to get off the back end of this masterclass into her higher ticketed program. And she came to me saying, my story isn't good enough to share.
Welcome to the Wildly Free Podcast. I'm your host, Hannah Plord, business mentor, 3-time founder, and marketing nerd. On this podcast, you'll learn how to break free from the traditional job world and pave your own path so that you can go all in on life. Grab your favorite warm drink and pull up a chair as we talk all things marketing, growth, strategy, and the real and raw sides of entrepreneurship.
My client just sold out her masterclass. Yes, 100 people in her masterclass, her paid masterclass for $50. That's with $5,000 cash injection for her business. That doesn't even count the sales that she's going to get off the back end of this masterclass into her higher ticketed program. And she came to me saying, my story isn't good enough to share. So I want to share how we got her from she texted me, she wanted 10 people in. And I said we could do better than that. So I want to talk about how she went from not feeling like she had stories to share, wanting 10 people inside her masterclass, to getting literally 100 people in at $50 each for $5,000 cash injection using stories. Now she literally sold this out, freaking out. And I can't even wait to see what she does off the back end of this because it's going to be insane. She came to me and she was like, she's been in business for a while and she was really ready to become the coach who could post and get dozens of signups. She was really tired of watching other people take off, and her launches, while they were doing okay, were still kind of staying the same. And she knew that she could be capable of so much more. She could hold more clients. She could take on more responsibilities. And she loved her clients, but she knew that she could be having even more of an impact. So she hired me because she knew she was barely scratching the surface. And if she wanted to scale, it had to start with the content that she was putting out there, because she was tired of being in the content box, creating the same run-of-the-mill content every single day. And she knew that basic educational content really wasn't going to cut it anymore. The very first thing that we did was we jumped on our one-on-one call to build out her story bank. And this is something that I do with every single one of my clients, whether you are a private client or you're in the storytelling accelerator. We jump on a call and we start building out your personalized story bank. The story bank includes micro stories pulled from real experiences that we can use to weave into your content and sales. So this way you are becoming known for your methods. And the one thing that her content was really, really missing was articulating the number one transformation she wanted to be known for and backing that up with stories. So what we did was we pulled out her own story, her client stories, and her audience's stories to make this positioning really, really solid. This is the thing that's going to make her stand out from every other person in her industry. Before hiring me, her content was doing a lot of telling rather than showing. So she was educating, she was giving value, and she was like, look at how much I know about this. Why aren't you paying me for this? And what this was doing was it was attracting people in the research phase rather.
This audio was created with Podcastle.ai.
It was attracting people in the research phase rather than the buyer phase. So she was getting free advice folks rather than the let me pay you dream clients that she was really looking for. And what this resulted in is she was getting a lot of likes, she was getting a lot of saves, she was getting people in her DMs wanting more information, but no one was actually getting off the fence, getting off their asses to get into her offers. Whether it was a low ticket offer or a high ticket offer, she was struggling. It didn't matter if it was $10 or her $1,000 per month offer. She was having a hard time getting people inside organically. And her content screamed, I am good at this. Why aren't you hiring me? And that was the exact reason why people weren't hiring her, because the people that were interested in hiring her doesn't need to know how much she knows. They need to know that the knowledge that she has can actually be implemented to the problem that they have and solve the problem that they have and get the solution that they desire. Dream clients really don't have time to read through your 6-part carousel about something they could Google. The people who want that aren't in the buyer phase yet. And the people who are truly looking to invest want to see that you know how to fix their gap. Well, that one, you even know what their gap is, because sometimes they don't even know that. But then two, that you know how to fix it and that you've done it before and it's your favorite thing to do ever because you're obsessed with your work, which is why we created for this client, using the storytelling method, a story that she could reuse, tweak, and implement in her content, in her reels, in her stories, in her emails, so that she could continue to dial down and like kind of beat this in her audience's face, like, hey, this is what I do, and this is what I'm known for, and this is what I'm really, really good at. And her audience felt the shift in her content. They came out of the woodwork to buy. She literally sent me a DM. I'm going to read it for you. I wish I could give you the screenshot, but she literally said, Hannah, I have to tell you this. I literally sold out my masterclass today. The craziest part is I didn't even use a single fancy hook. I just shared the story that we have helped pull out together, why I created it. People were DMing me saying they felt it, like, what the actual fuck, this works. And I just wanted to I just want to plant this in your head. This is not luck or a coincidence. It's a strategy backed by psychology. You have people in your audience right the fuck now who are ready to buy, yet your content is still speaking to the fence sitters. Storytelling is a strategy rooted in psychology. People feel safe to invest when they can directly see how you will help them. And when you use micro stories to bridge the gap between the work that you do and your audience's needs, your sales will skyrocket. There are stories that you are sitting on right now, and that could make you thousands of dollars, just like my client. You need to know how to actually use them strategically to sell your offer. My client wasn't sharing the story that we ended up sharing because she didn't feel like it was good enough. She also didn't even think it was a potential story. She was like, this is just what I do. And it took getting on a call with me and showing her how to use it strategically and in different ways and being repetitive with it without sounding boring to actually get the result of selling 100 spots for her masterclass. And this is exactly what I teach inside the Story Selling Accelerator. This isn't just a content program. This isn't just a course. This is you're getting my eyes and ears on your brand. I am helping you build out micro stories that you can use to weave into your content and sell your offer. It becomes the bridge between your dream clients and your offers. And the easiest thing they could do once they see it, they're going to walk right across it and be like, here's my credit card. How do I sign up? So if in Q4 you're like, I'm ready to expand my client base, I want to work with more people, I want to get known for something, then the Story Selling Accelerator is the exact place that you need to be. Let's build out your story bank so that you can start signing more clients today. I know that's what you want. I know you want to end 2025 with the biggest year yet. So send me a DM on Instagram and let's get started.
This audio was created with Podcastle.ai.